So today, guys, I'm excited because we are going to be showing you a build that I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to love. If you've been looking for a build that literally makes enemies disappear, this is that build for you. It's an all gold build, and I think if you guys watch the gameplay, you'll be excited to see how I have this build set up. So we're going to do the full build breakdown in just a second, but let's get into a little bit more gameplay. Let's check out a control point right now. So we get over here and we actually have a control point here. I have to start the proc going. Once I get the proc going, everything else is a wrap. It's one shot, one hitter quitter. This is the build I think a lot of you guys will love. Ooh, I just love running around with this. The cool thing about it is it's a little bit easier to aim than a sniper rifle that you have to scope in. But one of the downfalls to this weapon is it only has 5 in the magazine. But what's cool about this build is I can run 5 directives and not have to really worry about running out of ammo. You will be able to clear out control points, clear out different activities with this build. And just take a look at this. Boom, boom. Tell me this isn't something you guys want to try. So if you guys enjoyed my tip of the spear build where I ran a rifle, well, I'm 100% sure you're going to enjoy this one. So we'll show some more gameplay near the end of the video, but we're gonna just show you guys clear these two guys, one shot and one shot again. So let's get into the build. So if you get into the build, you probably noticed we were running a full red build or something that was hitting very hard, right? Take a look, we are running the HG mask, which is gonna give us 15% headshot damage right off the bat. Obviously, if you notice, we're getting lots of headshots, even body shots that are counting as headshots, and we'll explain that in a second if you guys haven't noticed already. So we have weapon damage, we have critical hit damage, we have headshot damage, which I would love to get a little bit more, so we'll definitely try to tweak this out a little bit. And then we have a 10% headshot damage mod on this. But overall, even with it not being fully maxed out, you saw we were one-shotting pretty much anything that got in our way. For the chest, we're running the chain killer chest. This actually works great with this build. So we are gonna be running a 2-piece Walker and Harris. So we're gonna get 5% weapon damage, plus we're gonna get 5% damage to armor. We have weapon damage on here, and then we have headshot damage, critical chance, and a headshot damage mod. Now, obviously, you guys know chain killer comes with perfect headhunter. After killing an enemy with a headshot, your next weapon hit within 30 seconds deals an additional 150% of the killing blow's damage. So that damage is capped at 800%, but it does go up to 1250 if your headshot damage is greater than 150%, which ours will be. For our second piece of Walker and Harris, it's the holster. I told you we were running a 2-piece for that 5% damage to armor. We have weapon damage on here, critical hit chance, and headshot damage right there. For the knee pads, we're in the Fox pair knee pads. So this is gonna give us that 10% rifle damage. We are using a rifle with this build, and we'll go over the weapons in a second. We have weapon damage on here. We have damage to targets out of cover, and then we have 10% headshot damage on the knee pads itself. For the gloves, we're running the contractor gloves. It's gonna give us 10% LMG damage. We're not running LMG, so it doesn't really matter. But what we do get out of this is the 15% weapon damage, the 8% damage to armor, and we already have another 5% damage to armor that's gonna be from the 2-piece Walker and Harris. Plus we get 10% headshot damage on this build. And then finally, the last piece, we're running a Providence backpack. It's gonna give us another 15% headshot damage. We have weapon damage on here, headshot damage, crit chance, and then a headshot damage mod. And then I paired this off with vigilance, increasing total weapon damage by 25%. Now, obviously, if we take any damage, disables this buff for 4 seconds. So overall, this is how you guys are going to want to run this build. As you guys saw, we were one-shotting almost everything. Now let's get into the weapon itself. So we are running the 1886. This is a high-end weapon. You might have seen this rifle in one of my past videos. Yes, I actually used this same rifle in a tip of the spear build. Now, I wanted a build that I didn't have to proc the tip of the spear talent, and this was a great way to do that. So we have 872,000 on the weapon itself, 5 in the magazine. This one is leveled up to 10 expertise, so we're getting additional 10% weapon damage. We have rifle damage on here, we have critical hit damage, and then we have 10% damage to targets out of cover. So ideally, this is the weapon you want because overall, the 1886 has one of the highest rifle damage base damages in the game. So once you pair it up with the build, you start to see high numbers like 872, right? Then we paired it up with Determined. Obviously, they just reworded this, so it makes more sense now. Before, it didn't really make sense, but it was working one way. After killing an enemy with the headshot, the next shot landed on any enemy will be a guaranteed headshot. So that means after we get a headshot, if we hit him in a body shot, it'll get it. Now, There is still conflicting theories based on the knowledge board. Will they revert this back? I just know it's working better than ever. Before, sometimes it was buggy. You would have to unequip it, re-equip it, unequip it, re-equip it to get it to work. Now it just constantly works. You travel anywhere, Determine is working. So don't know what they're gonna do to it, but at the moment, after killing an enemy with the headshot, your next landed shot to any enemy will be guaranteed headshot. And they'll continue to chain kill headshots and headshots and headshots. And that's how this one kind of works. Hopefully they don't change it. We do have 20% reload speed on the spring, and that's pretty much all you get here. There's nothing else you can add here. For the secondary, run whatever you guys want. I have the St. Elmo's. You could put the Scorpio, pretty much whatever you want. You're gonna be running the 1886 no matter what. Now, if you do have a pistol that has determined, like I have this DE50, you could do that, right? So the D50 right here is gonna have the 10% weapon damage, pistol damage, headshot damage, and then it has determined, and then it has 5% headshot damage scope on here. So if you guys have something like this, you can run it. Pretty much like I said, you're only running the 1886. Let's check out the stats. So if we look at the stats, we have 26% crit chance, 72% crit damage, 212% headshot damage, 13% armor damage, plus we have a 18% damage to targets out of cover. And that's why this build, along with all the other stuff going on with vigilance, it's going to hit very hard and it's going to one-shot those enemies. For the skills, I'm running the tactician drone. I definitely love this because you can just like push wherever you want. You guys saw in the gameplay, I was just going for it and it will post all the enemies for you. And it stays up forever, literally 387 seconds. Cooldown is 18 seconds, but it can just stay up there forever and do what you need to do. And then I like running the decoy with any type of these builds because you could throw it out. And you might have noticed we were running 5 directives. Yes, 5 directives. And what that means is you can do whatever you want with this build. So yeah, this is the build right here. One of my favorite. I think you guys will enjoy it. I like this one a little bit better than Tip of the Spear because I no longer have to worry about proccing it. I just run this, has everything I need, puts out the damage, one-shots everything, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it too. So if you guys been looking for a one-shot rifle build that you don't have to use any green gear set, well, this is the build for you. Happy farming for these pieces. If you're looking for it, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.
I don't even know why we're out here. Nobody's trying to steal this shit.